Hello, and welcome to the Time for Machine Heavenly Hercules Assembly Video, Part 6. Now we're going to start assembling the wing. You're going to take one of these tabs off of sheet number 1. And I want you to notice too, if I haven't mentioned it before, that the tabs on these sheets are of different sizes. The ones near the top of sheet 1 are wider than the tabs on the opposite side and on the bottom. Notice the size and the width of the tabs. So when they tell you to pull one off of the top here, it's a wider tab than the ones on the opposite side and on the bottom left of sheet number 1. And then you'll need 2 of the smaller tabs. And this operation will be repeated on the opposite side of the wing. Now again, they take a piece off of sheet 4, these 2 pieces right here. But what I was going to tell you is the bend lines are never shown anywhere in the instructions that I can find. And I think it's important to note that the bend lines should face up, because in a little while you're going to bend this entire piece over and it'll be the leading edge of the wing. So we take our wide tab after we've bent our other piece 90 degrees, and we've bent this part 90 degrees. Notice it's at the fold line to where these tabs are going up and the pylon is going down. So be careful when you bend this. And then the 2 pieces of the pylon will join together and a tab will go in and it will get twisted to hold it into place, twist the eyelet. Here's where it's shown. Notice that the bend lines are still up. Now we take the bottom section of the wing off of sheet number 3. And also some more small tabs. I'm sorry for the reflections here. Off of sheet 1. Notice they're small, like I said. And again, this is where the bend lines should be shown facing up. When you pull it off the sheet, the bend lines will be facing on the opposite side. So when you take this piece off, completely flip it over and lay it down before you bend these 2 tabs up and the 2 ends of the wing up about 90 degrees. Then you're going to insert the end that you just made of the wing, the tip of the wing, into the side here and attach it with the 2 small eyelets, and you're going to bend the eyelets. Then they're taking the forward part of the wing tip and they're bending it upward. And notice now how they have this piece of the wing tip bent up to about 90 degrees. But then they're going to take this whole piece and bend it to where the 2 tabs are going to come into these 2 slots on the bottom of the wing. Now they show you, after you've bent the wing tip over carefully and then insert the 90-degree bend into the 2 tabs, into the 2 slots on the bottom of the wing. And then you're going to take another piece off of sheet 4 that'll be like part of your wing skin. And it has the Time for Machine logo on it, so you know you have the right piece. and you're going to bend it at a slightly more than 90-degree angle, and you're going to insert both tabs of the forward part and of this piece into the two slots. Both tabs into both slots. And then on the bottom, you're going to end up bending some tabs forward from the forward part, and the piece from the rear, you're going to bend its tabs aft or rearward. This will hold the wing skins into place. Now you're going to do the same thing for the opposite wingtip. You're going to take another piece, or excuse me, 2 pieces off of sheet 4, and more of the small tabs and 1 of the big tabs, just like we did before. And this time we're putting together the opposite, or the right hand wingtip. You're going to assemble it in the same way. You're going to make the same bends, making note of which direction to bend it, and notice the bend lines will be on this side. I have not drawn them in on this part, but just make sure that your bend lines face up. Then insert your tab, twist it once you've bent this part and this, the pylon, and put it together. Then you're going to slide the whole wingtip into the right hand wing, and then you're going to bend the 2 little eyelets that you've inserted. Now they show this part being bent 90 degrees, and then they bend the forward leading edge of the wingtip up and over. And we're going to do the exact same thing on the right hand side that we did on the left. We're going to take these 2 tabs, put them in these 2 slots, and in addition, we're going to take another piece off of sheet 4, opposite of the time for machine one, and this will be on the right hand rear section. It'll be the trailing edge, and it'll get bent more than 90 degrees. And both those tabs are going to be stuck into these 2 slots. And then you're going to bend the tabs forward and aft, just like you did before. So now you have a completed wing section. Now, here's something else that needs to be pointed out, is this is the bottom of the wing. This is the front of the wing, facing towards the front of the aircraft. You can tell that by the direction of the pylons, but it's not mentioned anywhere in the instructions. You take the rear flat piece at this bend line and you bend it to about 90 degrees. Then you take this little tab and bend it backwards, looking from the top of the wing, and this is facing forward. And you're going to prepare to bend this entire rear section forward and up and over at this bend line. Notice this says top and this is front. Here's your pylons for reference. Here's your 2 leading edges for reference. This is the front of the aircraft. Now we've taken that whole rear piece that I was telling you about on the last page, we're bending it at that fold line, and we're going to end up with about a 20-degree bend on the inside. So that's about 160 degrees from this side, I believe. So you're taking it, you're bending that whole section forward to where the front piece of the rear part of the wing will now stick down. The tabs will now line up with the slots on the bottom of the wing. And now you will insert it into the rear, the tabs into these 2 pieces of metal here will line up with this slot. Twist that eyelet, twist these eyelets in the same way on this side and through the 2 pieces of metal here. And here's what I end up with. Notice all my bend lines are facing up and into the aircraft. Notice how my rear piece has been bent totally over. And I'll turn this around so you can get an idea of what it looked like from the instruction point of view. Notice I have one heck of a bend there. Like I say, it's about 160 degrees. And then all the tabs inserted through. Notice 2 sheets of metal on this side and twist the eyelet, and then this is the single sheet and double layer there, excuse me. And you can see on the wingtips where everything's been twisted together as mentioned in the instructions. Here's my trailing edge and forward leading edge of the left part of the wing. These other sections with the bend lines are going to end up being pulled up over when you install the engines onto the and cowlings onto the wings. You can see other points for the axles and for the gears here, and also for the propeller shafts. I sincerely hope that these videos are helping you to assemble one of these, and this is truly a fascinating model, and I'm looking forward to seeing it finished. But I just wanted to make these videos to try to help and hopefully not necessarily point out mistakes, but areas of possible improvement, and maybe in the instructions and with this video it'll help. Thank you for watching.